Hello, my friends. Let's review another hand. Alright, so today's hand is one I want to take a look at because I don't find myself in the spot very often. I'm playing a pretty weak hand against the hijack. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so it starts off, I've got 8-9 offsuit in the big blind. Hijack raises me, and I call it. Which is, not a hand I'm going to be doing that very often with, and I probably shouldn't even be calling here. But I did call, and it put me in this awkward spot where I got a open-ended straight draw on the flop up against the hijack's range. I checked to him, he bet, and then I did pretty big check raise with it. And they just folded out and gave it to me. But the reason I wanted to run this through the solver is if he had called and it bricked off on the turn, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do here. Uh, if it's a give up or if I should keep barreling at it. So I really wanted to see what the solver would be doing here. So yeah, let's take a look. All right, out of position player is me responding to hijack's raise first in, and I called it from the big blind. As you see, 9-8 isn't even in this range, so I'm going to have to add it to here. At a low frequency, I'm going to do it at about 15%. And I'm going to need to add a few more hands, for this range to make sense. All these hands I'd be doing at a low frequency. Um, and if I'm doing that to 9-8, I'm doing at least 7 and 7-8 also. All right, so that looks good. In position player, that was just the hijack raise first in. Okay, and on the board we've got a 2 of diamonds, 10 of spades, and the 7 of clubs. Let's build our tree out. Starting pot $1.60. Effective stack is mine at 260. Rake at ignition is 5%. Cap at $2. We're playing 25 no limit. We're going to keep things pretty simple here. We're not going to do any custom settings. We're just going to do 66% bet sizes for everything. 2 bets left, get the money in smoothly. We are going to enable Don't Donk because we were not the pre-flop aggressor. And so we're going to let the solver account for checking 100% of our range here. Yeah, no custom settings. Oh yeah, we'll do add an all-in if it's a 120. Just for when we're playing against a solution later. Alright, let's build the tree out. And now run the solver. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, as we told the solver, of course, we're going to be checking with 100% of our range. We have no made hand, vast majority of the time here. We've got some backdoor flushes with a lot of our range because we've got a lot of these suited connectors. We have some ace highs. I have a handful of the top pairs. I have more sets than 2 pairs, of course, because such these uncoordinated low cards. All right, if we check it over to opponent, they are going to be, looks like doing a mixed strategy with most of their range, or at least a big chunk of it. They're going to be betting about 40% of the time, looks like with their overpairs, with a lot of their no-made hands, a bunch of these ace highs, they'll have a lot of them. They'll have a whole bunch of overcards. So it looks like a chunk of these overcards they'll be playing fast. And of course, their sets. Okay, so they've been into me, and let's see what I'm supposed to do with the 9-8. All right, so it looks like it's doing a mixed strategy with the 9-8. It's about half and half with all the 9-8s. with the 9/8 suited as well. Of course, we'll be folding a lot of its junk. What are we calling with here? We're calling with these tens, calling with the sevens, calling with our twos. Okay, and then what are we raising with? Oh, Jack 9, like every time's a bluff. So that's good. We've got doing that with some of our gut shots. 7/8's going to be doing it too. I guess we block some of the straight draws. Okay, so it looks like that's pretty. If I'm going to pick a bluff, 9/8's, yeah, not a bad one. All right, so let's say we do raise it, and for whatever reason the opponent decides to call, and we get a nice brick turn of the 3 of hearts. What do I do? Okay, 9/8 is a barrel, 100% of the time here. All right, so if that does happen, it wants me to keep firing. So that's good to know. Uh, 7/8 is going to do that sometimes too. That's I guess it's middle pair. Tens is going to be betting big like that and then checking sometimes. If I get here with King Deuce, it's going to be wanting to shove. That's kind of cool. I guess because we're blocking pocket twos. Pocket twos definitely shoving. 7/5 is gonna wanna bet real big. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so 9/8 is a shove. Let's see. Not a shove, but it's a big bet. Let's see what happens. Let's assume we get called and get another nice brick. Let's do 9 of spades. What happens? Okay, then we give up. Well, with our specific hand, 9 of hearts, 8 of spades, we're supposed to do a third barrel. That's interesting. Why are we doing a third barrel here? We have because we have a spade? No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, because we're blocking the Jack 8. But not necessarily with the spade. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Jack 8 of spades we're blocking. That hand doesn't make sense either. Um, okay, maybe it just picked it at random because I had to pick one of them. Um, yeah, sometimes I don't always understand what the solver's up to, but yeah, it's really good to know that that my instinct here to start going aggressive once this hand entered my range, with this hand in particular, wasn't too far off. All right, thank you for reviewing this hand with me, and I will talk to you next time.